Hello, welcome back to the series. Now we've seen some few arithmetic operators. We've seen arithmetic operators. We've seen assignment operators, and we've also seen some other concepts, some other basics of programming. But we have not really done much with any of those. The reason is because we haven't looked at controls, how you control the flow of your program. So in this section, we'll be looking at controls in a bit. We'll go into blocks, if statements, if else, nested if statements, and while loop, for loop, and the do while loop. So these are the basic form of controls we'll be looking at in this section. Now, the most basic type of control structure is known as a block. What we have here is a main method, and this main method can also be referred to as the main block, because without this main block, we won't be able to run our program. So the main method is also known as the main block. Now we can declare another block inside of this main block. How do we do that? We just have to put a pair of curly braces and yes, enter, and we have a new nested block inside of our main block. So this is no syntax error. We don't necessarily need to add something to it before we can declare a block. However, there is something I have to point out, that is scope of variables. Now, what does scope of variables simply mean? Scope of variable means that if I declare a variable right here and assign that variable a value, that variable cannot be accessed outside of this block. However, if I declare a variable inside of the main block, that variable can be accessed inside of this nested block, because the nested block is part of the main block. So the scope of a variable is in between the block in which it was defined. In the future, we'll look at other types of variables such as member variables. Those member variables are part of the class. So we can see that variables that have been defined inside of this main block are part of the main block, and they can be accessed from any other nested block that is inside of the main block. Let's take an example that swaps the value of two numbers. So for that, I'll move up here and then I'll create a variable of type int. Okay, and can make uppercase. Let me just change it. So I have int and x, and I'll give it a value of 6. Now I have int y, and I'll give it a value of 9. So we have x equal to 6 and y equals to 9. Now what I want to simply do is use the block right here to change the value of x to 9 and the value of y to 6. So for that, I will create a new variable, and that variable I'll refer to it as temp. So we have int temp, and I will say int temp is equal to x as the value of x. So we have int temp equals to the value of x, and then I can say y is equal to, no, I can say x is equal to y, and y is equal to temp. So this is just as simple as this. So right here, what is happening here is that the value of x is equal to 6, and we created a new variable called temp of type int and stored that value of x inside of temp. It's just a short for temporary. So because we are using it for temporary, immediately this block executes, this temp variable is going to be deleted from the memory. So that is also one advantage of using a block statement. So variables you declare in that block, immediately the block finish executing, those variables are going to be deleted from the memory. So it's going to create more space for your program to run. So temp is now taking the value of 6. So for y is still 9. So just equate x equals to y, which is 9. So x now has the value of 9, and y at this point also have a value of 9. But immediately we go to this particular line, y value is now being changed to the value that has been stored in temp initially, which was 6. So from here we can print out the value of x and y by saying SOUT, which is short form of system.out.println, press enter. Yes, we have the value of x after the exchange is plus x. And let me just copy the whole of this to the next line. Ctrl D for that. And we can change this x to y. Sorry. Yes, to y. So we have the value of x after the exchange is plus x, that of y is y. And I'll just copy the whole of this and put it right here. I will say before the exchange, x is this, and I should say before the exchange, y is also plus y. So I run my program now. Control Shift F10 is what you use to run your program. It's building up. Just some moment to be done. So we have before the exchange, x equals to 6 and y is equal to 9. But after the exchange, x is 9 and the value of y is equal to what? To 6. Now we've seen how to change the values of two numbers, how to swap them with the use of this block. Now there's something I pointed out earlier, and I was saying that was the fact that I said when you declare a variable, from that point you declare that variable to the end of that block is where that variable can be accessed from. So when I try to access the variable temp from this block by saying x is equal to temp, you see I'll have an error. That simply means that temp is not being resolved because of the fact that it is being defined inside of what inner block, a nested block inside of the main method. So immediately this block ends, the temp variable is going to be deleted from the memory space. So just take note. I'm going to delete that. So for that, we have come to the end of controls, and yes, we looked at block. And in the next video, we'll be looking at if statement, and we can also use the if statement to achieve the same thing that we have achieved with this block. The if statement just comes along with its own block. Okay, we'll look at it in much more detail. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and also click that bell icon. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.